The Golden Knights begin a 3-game road trip in the nation's capital against Washington and former VGK goaltender Logan Thompson. Should be a really fun matchup. We'll discuss it and we'll talk about Logan Thompson and get some exclusive quotes from LT ahead right here on Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hi again, everyone. Tony Cordasco and Chris Golick from Las Vegas. Thanks for making us your first listen each and every day. You could find us wherever you get your podcast, and please make sure that you subscribe to our Locked On Golden Knights YouTube channel. We are brought to you today by FanDuel, FanDuel Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of Locked On Golden Knights. Oh boy, we're going to have a doozy. Former VGK undrafted goaltender Logan Thompson versus his former team. He will start net tonight against the VGK. Thompson came up from the ranks from the AHL, right, Chris? He earned a spot on the Golden Knights roster after being named the AHL's best goaltender back in 2021. And that season, he had a 56, 33, and 11 record on the NHL level with the Golden Knights, 25, 14, and 5 a season ago. And following this past season, Thompson asked for more playing time. He wanted to play more in the crease. Kelly McCrimmon said absolutely not. And Thompson requested a trade. He got his wish, landing in D.C. Thompson, an NHL All-Star, a Stanley Cup champion. Who has the advantage in tonight's matchup?
I'm not sure it went exactly like the way you painted it, but I understand the picture you're painting there, Tony. I do, and everyone does.
What was wrong? Was I inaccurate? No.
He wants more playing time, sure, but I don't think he was beating down the door to Kelly like play me more. Or, I don't think it was.
Play me or trade me? No, it wasn't that. No.
It was a little bit of that. It was a little bit of that, but maybe not as maybe the sword's a little too sharp there. That's all.
I know. Kelly McCrimmon said no, absolutely not.
I got you. No, I had a conversation with Logan yesterday about the game and got some content from him, if you will. So my first question to him was along the lines of, in a spot like this, he knows the Golden Knights. The Golden Knights obviously know Logan Thompson. Who has the advantage? Is it the experience of Logan Thompson knowing the Golden Knights shooters, or is it the experience of the Golden Knights shooters knowing Logan Thompson? And the response was pretty fair. Basically, he said he doesn't really know exactly how it's going to go. His exact quote was, "I have no idea. It's all situational. Depends on the chances." So he took a fair approach to that right there. If it goes to a shootout, I definitely love Logan Thompson's chances, though. I'll start by saying it that way.
Okay. So Thompson also was away from the team for personal reasons this past week. And so he was gone for a few days. He returned back, and now he's ready for his first start. Washington has played just one game. That was a loss to the Devils.
Yeah, Tony, right? just one game. The Golden Knights had to travel all the way across the country. Come on, Tony. Let's paint this picture here. This is the fourth Golden Knights game, Tony. Caps only played one game so far. Come on.
Right, exactly. So a month ago, Thompson had the remarks. He said that it was a joke.
We'll take the bait.
He said that it was a joke when he said, "I guess Vegas takes all the credit for goaltending over there. I'm curious to see how different it will be, and if I can play in the league. We'll see." It was a joke, folks. And LT was asked if he will be nervous tonight. How will he react? What will his emotions be like?
Yeah, so one of the questions along the lines what Tony said was, first of all, will he get chirps if and when and if the Golden Knights score on him, and who's going to be the loudest as far as the chirps go? And the response was, I'm sure all of them will let me know in the event the Golden Knights score on Logan tonight. But then as far as the start itself, it'll be bittersweet. I know people think I hate Vegas, and that's not the case. I love playing there and appreciates everything they did for me. That's the exact quote on his recent time with Vegas and some of the concerns that you've seen in the media about Logan Thompson. Going back to that joke, if you will, that where they tried to get Logan in a got you moment, and all of Vegas fan base went a little nuclear on him.
Yeah. Did you see the coach Carberry yesterday? His comments just talking about Logan Thompson being a fiery competitor, he said, but he does have to channel those emotions tonight and his motivation. He already has all of that intact. But, and you can say all that you want to, but reality is, as soon as that puck is dropped, then there's a different type of emotion, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, in a spot like this, I think it's most important for, and this is not just for Logan Thompson. This is the same for Marchessault or Riley Smith, who still I don't think has played a game against the Golden Knights since being traded from the organization. Now he's obviously with Tony's Rangers.
Scored a goal last night.
Oh, there you go, party. But once the puck is dropped, it's about earning 2 points. Before the game, obviously, I expect to see Logan Thompson hanging on the blue line, chatting it up with some of the players. Aiden
With
Hill,
no shirt on.
He'll probably have a shirt on tomorrow.
Okay.
Game. I think he'll have a shirt on.
Okay.
So it'll be fun to kind of see all that and see all those relationships rekindled for a little bit, because Logan obviously meant a lot to the organization, and the organization meant a lot to Logan. To continue the quote here from Logan, it'll be a mix between excitement and nerves. It'll be nice to close the door. I think everyone needs to move on. I'm tired of getting hates and questions about Vegas. Thankful for them, but I'm a Cap now.
Okay, so what is up with the fans when they start to dislike players after they leave here? I don't understand that.
Listen, let's be clear. Logan Thompson requested a trade. Okay, Logan asked to leave the Golden Knights organization.
Is he the first player that requested a trade?
He is not the first player that requested that, and I'm going to leave it at that. But Logan Thompson requested a trade.
Whoa. Hang on. Don't leave us hanging here.
Okay.
How long ago did someone request a trade? I'm kind of curious.
Within the last 2.5 seasons.
2 weeks? Oh, okay. 2 weeks?
So no, I'm leaving that one there. I'm going to leave that one right there.
But like, you can't do that to us.
I can definitely do that.
We're allegedly podcasters here.
No, I'm not. I'm not a media. I'm not a journalist either, according to people yesterday. But no, listen. Let's be clear. Logan asked for a trade. This is a different situation than, not so much Jonathan Marchessault, but I mean, those two situations are actually a lot of the same to a degree, I guess. But you look at Chandler Stevenson, who, I think wanted to stay, but money didn't end up working out. You look at Michael Amadio. Hey, thanks, didn't work out, so I'm going to take a chance somewhere else.
Peyton Krebs requested a trade.
Peyton Krebs. He
got into a fight with his own teammate.
I love him. I love Krebsy. I love Krebsy. But the point is, I understand to a degree the fan base being upset towards Logan. He has to leave. All right. He asked to leave the beloved Golden Knights, who can do no wrong. And it's fine. That's the perspective of the fans. And that's okay. But at the end of the day, it's about Logan looking for a new opportunity at this stage of his career. It's a contract year. Yeah. He's looking for somewhere that's going to give him a chance
$8 million
to earn those starts.
Is he going to ask
$8 million? If he gets to $8 million, that'd be phenomenal. We're talking Swayman money now, Tony. We're talking Shesterkin money, who turned down 8.5, I believe.
He wants 11. Shesterkin wants 11 million. And so I had this discussion with some of the scribes the other day, and we were just talking about, I don't think that there are very many like really good lockdown goaltenders anymore. Seriously. I think I would have paid some of the old time goalies a lot more money, because they could just shut you down, right? Grant Fuhr, he deserved $8 million. He played 100 games a season too. Like, okay, that's another discussion.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I think any team that goes over $7 million AAV for a single goaltender is playing with fire. It's a tandem league now.
As far as the matchup tonight, do you know what the relationship is? It's still pretty good, right, between Aiden Hill and Logan Thompson?
Oh, I'm sure everything is fine there. They're going to be happy to see each other. I mean, listen, Logan wanted more of the crease, and that's fine. Who doesn't want to play more, whether it's at the 10U house level or the NHL or anything between? But the Golden Knights made their choice, and they made it abundantly clear that Aiden is the man. And when Aiden was healthy, he was the man. I go back last season, every time when Aiden Hill was healthy, Logan Thompson never got 2 starts in a row. It was always a spell situation. And then Logan obviously got a lot of starts, probably too many starts when Aiden went down. And then it took Aiden basically being in terrible form, limping into the playoffs, so to speak, for Logan finally to get trusted. What does Logan do? He puts up some pretty good numbers and still doesn't get to play the last 3 games of the series. So I'm not saying that the series would have tilted one way or the other based on that, but point being is Logan, what more could he have done to earn a greater share of the net in Vegas based on his history? And as far as what his next contract would be from Vegas, especially watching the Marchessault situation play out, and yes, Marchessault technically happened after Logan, but everyone inside that locker room, I think, knew exactly how the Marchessault situation was playing out for the entire season. And other players see that. I guarantee you Shea Theodore is watching that pretty closely. I guarantee you Shea Theodore watched Logan Thompson's situation pretty closely. I know Shea Theodore had a front row seat for Noah Hannafin's contract signing. So these are things that the players watch, and it does affect their decision to request for a trade or not to extend with an organization.
Is this a better situation overall for Logan Thompson?
I think so. Obviously, it's fluid in the sense they got Lindgren there, who is I think he had close to 50 starts last year, if I'm not mistaken. Logan goes in there, I believe, as a backup. I think that's the mentality he has. But in the same breath, it's a prove it moment. Lindgren is a good goalie. He's not a bad goalie by any means, but Logan does have an opportunity to earn the starter's share of the net as the season goes on, as does any goalie, you would think, in most circumstances, maybe except Vegas, where Logan probably earned more starts and didn't get them last year. But, if Logan goes out there, does a great job, it's going to obviously help his personal situation, whether he extends in Washington or there's a trade deadline. Hey, Colorado needs a goalie, Tony. Colorado needs a goalie.
I told you that guy's leaky faucet, man. Coming up next, we've got a full preview of VGK versus the Caps. You know how much I like these East Coast start times at 4 p.m.
Oh, love it. I love it.
It's the best, right?
It is.
We'll be back with more right after this on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights. FanDuel Sportsbook, the official partner of Locked On Golden Knights. We do have a lot of action in every sport imaginable here, and the NBA is even starting to ramp up. But right now, a lot of baseball to bet on, and the New York Yankees tonight with Cole against Bibee, minus 165 favorites. The total on this game is 7, and you could find the latest odds and props and everything else right there at FanDuel. And when you get a hunch in the middle of the game, you can also check out the latest stats, live play-by-play, and much, much more on the same page where you place your bets. You'll get started with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place your initial $5 bet. That's FanDuel.com. Start the season off on the right foot and get a big return at FanDuel. It is America's #1 sportsbook. Welcome back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco, Chris Golick from Las Vegas. I know that Chris already is storing a lot for this week's WTF on Friday. You have some stuff already, I think, including up and backs, as you like to call them, with some fan yesterday. Kind of.
I'm talking about my first WTF is music related on Friday. I already got a sticky note.
Okay, I'll put some stuff on the napkin and we'll have a show, bro. And then on Saturdays,
I'm planning.
You are planning. What's going on with you? And then Saturdays, it's the Chris and Chris Jr. show. Any more quotes from Logan? Anything else?
No, we're good. We're good.
Did we get them all out there?
We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
So he'll be fired up. It should be a fun affair. And the 0-1 Washington Capitals are making
just one game so far this season for the Caps, Tony? Just one game?
Who scored? Who scored against the Caps? The MVP, Paul Cotter.
Fourth line megastar.
Does he have 3 goals already? He does, right?
I think he has more.
Okay, he was in Prague, right? And he scored, and then he scored twice there. He scored 1 against the Caps. I don't know if he had anything else. Okay, you can look that up. But we will see lineup changes for the Caps. In game 2, they're changing their lineups. But what I think they're going to do is they are going to try and neutralize.
Cotter's got 4 goals and 1 assist, Tony. He's he might win the
What
Hart
did he
this
have
year.
last year? 7? How many did he have? No, I forget. Okay, we'll get to that. You can look that up as well. Let me talk here just for a moment. Okay, lineup changes tonight, Colic. The Caps will try to neutralize the Golden Knights and their top line by putting Alexander Ovechkin as a right winger on their top line tonight. So that is a pretty interesting move. And we have on that line, you have Protras and you have Dylan Strome. That's going to be an interesting lineup. Ovechkin will be replacing Andrew Mangiapane, and Jakub Vrana will see his first action in the game tonight on the third line. And also, defenseman Matt Roy is out tonight for the Caps. But a pretty interesting move putting Ovechkin, who typically plays on that left side, right? And they're going to move him to the top line. He's going to play on the right wing position. Is that for defensive purposes as well as trying to get some life and some firepower out of him?
Man, after all these goals, Ovechkin finally made it to the top line in year 20 of his career or whatever it is as he closes in on Gretzky's record. 25 points for Paul Cotter, 7 and 18 last
He did have
season.
7.
He had 7.
Right,
so he's
he's
Cotter's in a good spot. Cotter is overperforming. He's having that dreaded career year that we hear so much about in Vegas.
It's a career year.
No, I mean, listen, the Caps, obviously, they're one of those teams that probably is still searching for an identity and searching for their game, so to speak. If there's a positive about these 3 games for the Golden Knights, I think there is an identity. There is an identity early on, something we've even not seen out of some former Golden Knight teams. It takes a while to develop the identity. I think the identity has done a nice job carrying over. Interesting note I found on the Capitals website. You would never see this on a Vegas Golden Knights team branded website, but just listen to this quote right here. Following a mediocre training camp, Washington's third line of Henrix Lapierre, Sonny Milano, and Alexei Protas also struggled in Saturday's opener. Trio was on the ice for 3 goals against in a span of just 4 shifts. Man, you would not see that. I'm sorry. And if Vegas wants to prove me wrong and show me that they've done that,
they didn't even state-run media. Was it Barbashev who had that turnover the other night?
Oh, that was bad.
It was bad, right? It was Barbashev that led to the fast break there, the opportunity. And they don't even suddenly the puck just winds up on the stick of Troy Terry. Don't know how. So that's really funny because, hey, I like it just straight down the middle, and they're going to say exactly what is going on with the team. I like that.
I'll take 60-40 or 70-30 tilted to the home team, not 95-5.
It's not even 95-5. It's 110-0.
That's also fair, Tony. I'm not going to argue that as well. So, point being is the Caps' defensive questions are making changes to the forwards for defense. As far as just different looks, Matt Roy is out. That's going to be a concern for the Caps. So I think
it's not Wah.
It's Matt Roy. It's Matt Roy.
That's what I said. Yeah, it's not
Wah. Did I say Wah?
No. Spell the same.
Okay, I was going to say when Matt Roy and Nick Wah play against each other tonight, that's going to confuse the hell out of people.
Good, I like that.
But I mean, listen, it's a tough spot for Logan right now. Logan's going to have to manage his nerves, number 1, and do so on a team with defensive questions in game number 2. You bet that the Vegas Golden Knights are aware of both of those circumstances right now, and they're going to look to certainly capitalize on the situation. Once the puck drops, all the niceness and all that crap is out of the way, and it's time for the Golden Knights to do their best to win a hockey game. Same thing for obviously the Capitals, and at that point, the Golden Knights will look to exploit everything they know about Logan, whatever they can, to find a way. And honestly, with the Golden Knights transition game clicking the way it is, with the top line with 19 friggin' points in 3 games, I mean, there's a lot to like about the Golden Knights tonight. I'll look up at the line for tonight's game when we get to the third segment because I'm kind of curious. I'll bet Vegas is a small favorite. I would think. Tony, what do you think? What do you think? Small favorite?
No. I'm going to go with the Caps minus
You go with the
105. I don't
Caps.
know. I haven't looked at it.
I got you. I'm gonna say
What might a
minus
total?
135 Vegas. I'll
What
look
might
in
a
a second. Go ahead.
what might a total be on this game? 5 and a half.
Probably an even 6, I would say.
Okay.
I hate
Oh,
6 over unders because you have to have the hook. You have to have the hook, but they
we
don't.
need a sponsor for stat of the day. Stat of the day, Mr. Golick. VGK 3-0 at Canadian Thanksgiving. Stat of the day. Stat of the day.
That'd be a pretty good parlay if you ran that back for the last couple of seasons. Wow,
Yeah.
I'm pretty close, Tony. Golden Knights are minus 135. Caps are plus
I didn't see that
115.
coming. Weird.
Over under is 6, minus
6.
110 both ways.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's weird. It's a weird game. Golden Knights traditionally have a little
Overreaction.
trouble when they go east.
Yeah. This is overreaction city because everyone expects VGK to have that same explosiveness that they had on that bad ice here in Vegas.
They might. I don't know if the Golden Knights are gonna put up a clunker tonight, but they're gonna have a very motivated goaltender to deal with too.
I'll
And
guarantee
Aiden's
you
gonna be
the ice
motivated
will
too.
be a
Don't kid
lot
yourself.
tighter
Both
than
goalies
we've
want this
seen.
game tonight.
I know, but the ice I think it'll be a lot tighter than what we've seen here against a team from
You
the
think it's gonna be
Eastern
tight?
Conference.
You think there's not a lot of room out there?
I don't think there's gonna. Well, I'm not getting.
I think
into
it plays
my
more like the
bet.
Colorado game, Tony. I think it plays more like the Colorado game where at times there was tight checking, even though it became a track meet. But really, after the first 5 minutes of the game, it was up and back, up and back. I think Vegas will dominate the chances this game. Whether that translates to a bunch of goals or not, we'll see in a little bit. But yeah, I think Vegas dominates the chances tonight.
I know you said I think in the offseason that VGK was missing 197 points from a season ago, something like
And they
that.
found 250. Good job, McCrimmon.
I mean, amazing though that top line is going to make that up themselves. I think at this pace, so they have 19 points.
Sure, for 3 games, it's been great. It's been wonderful, no doubt.
Let's see what happens on this road trip. Is this legit? Is this legit? Will this continue?
Listen, if we're going to ask that, I'm not even looking to have that discussion, Tony, until about the Edmonton-Seattle road trip around November the 8th. Like or even take it to the end of the month. Take it to the end of the month because the Golden Knights got 3 games coming up now. They got 4 games at home next week, and then they go to LA. So, I mean, honestly, American Thanksgiving is really when we can have a taste of what this team is like because they got is that the circus trip he runs? Is that the circus trip when they got a 5-game roadie? So American Thanksgiving is where we can really. I know that's a cliche, but give it about another 3 weeks, and we'll
Canadian
know.
Thanksgiving. I went cliche with my own.
Isn't it Canadian Thanksgiving or no?
It was this past weekend.
Okay, yeah.
VGK's 3-0 right there. Okay.
Do they eat turkeys and stuff the same way? Do they celebrate the same way? Honest question. I don't know.
I think they do. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And no, it's great because of course, all the hockey guys around VGK celebrate Thanksgiving, the Canadians, twice. And yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Day shift hockey games on yesterday. It was great.
I wouldn't mind. Well, yesterday was a holiday, though, Indigenous Peoples Day, of course. And we missed that. We should have talked about that.
I forgot about that. We went to the post office to do our business, drop our stuff off. We're like, wait a minute.
Oh, I got across town really easy. That's how I found out. So
say that again.
I got cross town easily.
Oh, yesterday. No traffic. Yeah, there was no traffic. It was nice yesterday. It was nice driving around yesterday.
Except on the strip with F1. Of course, VGK has won in this series 10 out of 17. Should be a good one tonight. And coming up next, we will have our locks of the night, our predictions for tonight's game, and much, much more right after this on Locked On Golden Knights. Your sex life is important, but your schedule is busy. You don't have time to go to a doctor's office to get treated for ED. And through HIMS, you can get a personalized ED treatment without stepping foot outside of your door. HIMS is changing men's healthcare by providing you with access to affordable sexual health treatments from the comfort of your couch. The process is 100% online, so there's no need to have an uncomfortable feeling at a doctor's office. Just answer a series of questions on their site, and a medical provider will determine the right treatment option. If prescribed, your medication ships directly to you, and it comes in discreet packaging for free. No insurance is needed, and one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care. With hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers, HIMS can help you out and find the ED option that works for you. So start your free online visit today. Go to hims.com/lockedon. That's HIMS.com/lockedon for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/lockedon. The products mentioned are chewable compounded products. They are not approved by or verified for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See the website for details. Back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights from Las Vegas, Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick reporting. Thanks for making us your first listen each and every day. Make sure that you subscribe to our Locked On Golden Knights YouTube channel. I want to be that guy, that announcer guy that at the end, like just speeds up on a disclaimer and today, right? You know those disclaimers at the end where they try to fit it into the 30-second
There's
spot?
something where they have to like say like what the regulation is that they're citing and all that.
Yeah, disclaimers. They call them in the game, I guess.
Thankfully, we don't have a lot of rules and regulations. They tell us not to swear. They leave us alone, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I like that. That's the best way to handle us too. No swearing. I think we'd be swearing like sailors if they allowed.
I might have broke that rule once today. I don't know.
You did? No, you did not. Of course, Fridays are WTF, and we don't spell
good
out.
Segue.
We don't spell out that word here, but we kind of camouflage it. What? The word what? And then on Saturdays, of course, it is the Chris and Chris Jr. show. Bail me out here, Golick. Let's talk about our locks of the night, our predictions, VGK versus LT. And I will go first. And I do think that the ice tightens up. And I'm going to go with a spectacular 3-2 final score. I'm going with Washington. And I'm going with Hannafin. Oh, did you hear? They had a pin for this guy. And I'm going to go with Wah. Hannafin and Wah. What?
So I flipped. I've wanted to find. I'm rooting for Logan tonight. I have no problem saying that. Trust me, I don't care what anyone thinks about. I know it's the Vegas Golden Knights podcast. I'm rooting for Logan to do well tonight.
True fans will do that. True fans will do that.
I don't know what I am. I don't know what I am, but I'm rooting for Logan. But that said,
I'm happy for Riley Smith. I'm happy for all these guys.
Yes.
Taylor Stevenson, right now, 2 games, bust. They're calling him a bust already. Okay. In any event, go ahead.
I mean, if Chandler doesn't have 65 points, he is a bust.
I don't know if he has
a contract.
I don't know if he has a shot on goal.
Fair enough. Okay. Listen, after reading all this stuff about the Caps, I think the Caps are in a tough spot tonight. I think it's. I wanted to hang 2-1 Capitals in a shootout. That's what I wrote down originally, but I think the Golden Knights are going to be too much for the Caps tonight. It's going to be Bruce is going to find a way to expose that third line even greater. I mean, you even have the coach talking about it. Well, the third line struggled. It's as simple as that, said Carberry. I don't need to go into details. We've got to make a change on that third line, try to figure out a way to deploy that line. It's as easy as that. So now what's happening is they're moving pieces around from that third line. They're going to have multiple lines that might struggle.
After one
game. No, I mean, this is definitely
this on the website.
This is on the Capitals website, which is awesome. This is great content. This is great content,
which the fans want to see. They want the good and the bad because not everything is rosy.
Depends on who you talk to. So listen, I wanted to find a path for Logan. I wanted to find a 2-1 victory, a shootout victory for the Caps, but I'm flipping. I'm going 3-2 VGK. I think it's a closer game. I don't think it's as much as a track meet as I think it could turn out to be. But I think VGK wins a close 3-2 game tonight. And
3-2. Okay.
I also had Nick Roy. I also had Wah and Hannafin, but I can't go Wah and Hannafin with you.
Did you really?
I got to flip. I had Wah and Hannafin written down.
No, go with it. You got to stick. Come on.
I had Wah and Hannafin done. That's it. That's what I got.
Yeah. No, that's good. So when you put it out, put Hannafin and Wah for me. Put Wah and Hannafin for you. Just reverse the order there so people don't think that we're like rigging this again like we usually do. Okay, let's say that there is a shootout tonight. Will Logan Thompson,
go ahead.
Hang on. Will Logan Thompson select the VGK skater that he wants to oppose.
That would be
That's
fun.
fair.
What I'm really looking forward to tonight are the interactions once the game starts. You're going to see some smiles out there. You might see one of the players like give him like after a whistle, like a little playful nudge or a stick tap or something. Logan will give it back. And one thing I really did enjoy, and Aiden's kind of the same way, but I think Logan certainly has those moments with the opposing team a lot where, if there's a stick tap, they say good play after Logan freezes the puck and stuff like that. And he smiles and interacts a lot. So that's something that I've always enjoyed watching with Logan. So I look forward to seeing how the Golden Knights handle that. And I don't think you're going to see any rough stuff. I joked that I wanted to see a goalie fight. I don't think anything weird like that's going to happen. But it would be interesting to see if someone did get in Logan's grill, how he handled it, and how the Golden Knights handled it. And Logan and Aiden both are fiery. Aiden on Friday night was pushing around one of the players on the Blues. So I mean, it's always fun to see how these games twist and turn and everything. A lot of storylines, and I think it's a close game. But I don't see the Caps hanging with Vegas tonight. I don't. I wanted to. I did. I'll concede that all day, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Should be a lot of fun, as you mentioned. Great job there getting those quotes from Logan Thompson.
I appreciate
Really
Logan.
good.
I appreciate Logan.
Exclusive.
He's a good dude.
And yeah, exactly. And we're going to root for him. And the hometown fans will root for VGK as well. But just be fair, okay? Don't start blasting this guy. We appreciate everyone tuning in.
Those days are past us, Tony, but yeah.
Especially the fans in Singapore. You knew I was going there. And our everydayers.
Who's fourth place? Do we have fourth place, or do we only have like a medal podium?
I think it's back to England
in
good. Fourth. But we've seen some separation. This is my graphic there. We've seen some separation between Singapore and number 4. So
I guess if YouTube gives me the same thing.
I think
I can see who reads the articles like where they're from when I write for hockey news. But yeah.
Okay. No, it'd be great if we could have a sponsored trip there and do our podcast from Singapore.
Yeah, remote.
They have a beach there. I don't know much about it. Okay. We appreciate everyone tuning in.
South Beach, Tony.
And we could have that. Can we have that look ahead factor for Bruce Cassidy? South Beach Bruce, he's got that Florida trip and he's got that tan is wearing down. Might have the look ahead tonight. Don't forget WTF on Friday, Saturdays, the Chris times Chris Jr. show. From my man, Chris Golick, I'm Tony Cordasco from Las Vegas. We'll see you again tomorrow right here on Locked On Golden Knights. And please take care.